I'm back to share with you a little something about fibromyalgia. I've been asked, is fibromyalgia connected to chronic pain and chronic fatigue syndrome? And to be honest, this is a valid question. There is a lot of confusion involved with it. With me in particular, when I started out, it was with pain, chronic pain, to the point that I ended up fatigued. And the people that were around me didn't understand. Doctors, counselors, psychiatrists, physical therapists, they were figuring it was due to the stresses that were involved. Eventually I'll share about those stresses, but for right now we're focusing on these 3 items. Are they truly intertwined? And the simple and basic answer is yes, they are. And I didn't at first believe for myself that this was the case until I spoke with a few people who have been diagnosed with full-fledged fibromyalgia. They started out typically with either chronic fatigue syndrome, where they were in bed all the time, they were unable to function because it was just pure exhaustion, you didn't think, that ended up into pain, usually due to lack of movement and overload of the stresses in the body, which in turn got diagnosed to full-fledged fibromyalgia. Others, like in my case, the pain was so significant I couldn't function, ended up in bed because I wasn't being able to function with that significant pain, and therefore was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. What they realized with me in particular is that making it to appointments was exhausting. Making it to anywhere was exhausting. I lost out on family, friends, parties, get-togethers, you name it. I missed out on it. What I have found is that, as I've talked with other fibromyalgia sufferers, that it also began very similar, either with significant amount of pain or just complete exhaustion at the mere thought of going out and doing something with family, public, co-workers, etc. So the nut and bolts of this is that our fibromyalgia, chronic pain, and chronic fatigue all lumped into one? Yes and no. No is because it starts out with chronic pain or chronic fatigue syndrome where you can't get out of bed. There's no pain involved. And both of those can end up being diagnosed into one lump thing of fibromyalgia. Now, the trick is here, with fibromyalgia, chronic pain and chronic fatigue syndrome, all of them have one thing in common, and this is a part of what I teach on the side. Believe it or not, I do not come out and talk about this very much. It's that I do teach about it. I coach people on this and share a bit on my channel. This is the goal here, to share and help others. That the key ingredient is, where is your mind? And is it in the moment? Is it dealing with the situation, dealing with the stresses, taking them all in, but not letting them out? And it's typically where you don't let them out that your body manifests itself into pain or just complete exhaustion. Now, this is not to say that it's not for real, because it's quite the contrary, it's very for real. And over time, it develops into this thing called fibromyalgia. But it typically starts with chronic fatigue syndrome or chronic pain. Either way, they both end up eventually being diagnosed as fibromyalgia. So that's how the yes and the no. Now, if you have any questions in regards to this, like further information or anything, please feel free to give a comment below. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button and let me know that you'd like to have more information like this, and like this video if it really resonates for you. And feel free to leave a comment. I will respond. Thank you.